Gotta love that the rain's been on and off all day. And yeah, now there's no one here, which I was expecting and hoping. "7:30, got an hour of light, so I'll be able to make a video. I've made a couple. I've been here 3 times since my last video. Twice at night. Oh, actually, well, yeah, one was at like dark, and then the other 2 were on the verge of it. But the videos went for too long because I took way too long to walk around to all the spots, and you know, it started getting dark halfway through it, so a lot of the footage was just not really worth watching. So I just canned all the videos, but nothing that great happened anyway. It's just a few little things. I really can't be bothered explaining it though, but there was a feather that was back up there. It was stuck into one of the posts on the barriers so your car can't go any further. And then 2 days later that was gone. But there was heaps of people here, yeah, Thursday. But then I came back. Is that stick been? Yeah, I think that's stick. I put that rock there yesterday because it was back over there, which was sitting there for a while. Doesn't look like anything here's changed at all since yesterday. And since previously. I don't even want to touch that. I don't know what that is. So they had heaps of pickets in between there, but they've taken them out and just spread them out and all that. They were here last night again because that Thins packet right there was under here, which wasn't here the days before. So yeah. But they haven't done any construction. Have a look here. It looks all, that was all disturbed and then it's gone wet. I don't know. The mouth guard's still over here somewhere. It's right there, it is. Let's go to the next bit. Alright, so I'm over at the next tree. The picture of the boy is. That was flipped up too yesterday, by the way. And then the days when I was here Thursday, it wasn't. It was like that. So they've definitely they've just flipped it upside down. Like simply, that's all they've done. Just another mind game. That's still there. But where is the white bottle cap that was also here last night? That was roughly around there somewhere. I can't see it. It's definitely not covered in any of these pine needles because, yeah, I mean, it could be, but it's not. I highly doubt that it got covered since last night when that's not covered. So they've taken that, they've picked it up. Now, where's it going to be? Is it going to be over with the one that I've placed down there on one of those massive logs, or is it going to be at the original spot where they hit 2 of them into the log? Or could it be somewhere, or it might not be anywhere. Who knows? But it will be interesting to find out. Listen to the noise a cockatoo makes. Did it 3 times. It's probably not going to do it now. No, that'd be right. But yeah, all that stuff's still over there, which was... Nothing's changed on it. I guess we'll go. So what happened was, it's been like this since Tuesday when I came here at night. The all of this is still here, but the blue plastic that was in the bush, you know, just in amongst the grass there. Oh, what? It's changed again. They've taken the blue cloth since last night. Anyway, so the melted fuel tank that was up there, that was gone Tuesday. And so was the plastic that was over here. So both of those parts disappeared. And I highly doubt it was a human because it was there. And if you were coming to clean this up, you would have cleaned up everything else along with it. Well, you would have cleaned up that first. You wouldn't have even seen that unless you walked over there. So yeah, so everything was here, right? Last night, I don't know if it looks like the cloth was sitting there. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. So maybe there was like fuel or something on it, because it looks like it's killed the bloody grass underneath it. Well, something's happened there. That's weird. And then the blue cardboard, that bit, it wasn't that bit, it was the bigger bit. They've taken that as well, which was just sitting over here last night. So that's interesting. Anyway, on to oh, hang on. No, not the bottle caps. Still there. I sit it up. Oh, that's really slippery. Holy shit. There's no way you'd be able to walk on that. But yeah, I'd have it sitting up the top, but they haven't. I'm gonna re-put it down where they smashed them in to the log, because that was the whole point of having it there. And I know that they've been down here. It's just ridiculously obvious. But yeah, I'm trying to push them to do something with it, but they're not budging. So yeah, they're very bizarre with what they do. Some nights it's literally nothing. Some nights it's just very few things, just some very subtle differences, just a few different placements, or things have been moved around a bit. And then sometimes it's heaps of stuff. They'll construct a whole new structure. They'll do something totally unique, and then that can happen for a few days to a week in a row, and then it stops for a week. It's like Russian roulette, really. But generally, there's something going on. They still haven't moved that. They will soon, I reckon. And another thing, I think Tuesday, my lighter, that blue lighter, was still up there. But Thursday, it was just floating in the water right there up against those, they're not reeds, but whatever they are. And I can still see it. There it is. There's the bottom of it, the white bit. So they coming through the lighter in the water. Or a kid did, but I don't really believe that a kid would have. And they've also done this, which has been fresh. Not all of it, but not those, the two bigger bits. But that bit there definitely was placed there, the bigger bit. That could have naturally been there, but all the stuff around it's obviously been placed. Like, look at the plug up there in between the two main ones. And then here, same deal. You got that rock there, which sits right in there when they want to catch crayfish, and then just dump them all in here, and they can walk around and find more of them, and then they can just leave them in there to roam around, because they won't, you know, that they might have one yowie sitting on guard watching, making sure they don't like crawl over the edges and that, but that's how they contain them. And there's another spot further up the creek and up the trail where there's another one of them, which I haven't put on video, mainly because I've left it for another time when I don't have anything to film and I want to make a video. I was going to put this one in it too, but I've just put it in this one now, so I guess that's just how it is. But I will show the other one eventually. It's starting to rain, for fuck's sakes. I'm gonna have to go back to the car to see if it stops. Oh, this sucks. I don't know if it's gonna stop now. That'd be so typical. But I will wait around. Still need to go down there, and then over there, and then way down there. But I will tell you now that on Tuesday, when I was down that end checking on the Santa toy, it was gone. When I looked around for about 5 minutes in the trees and everything, it was night time. I had the torch with me, but the torch sucked, but it was still good enough to look for something like that. Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere, so on Thursday I looked during the day, or not during the day, it was the afternoon, sorry, but it was still light just before it got dark, and I couldn't see it anywhere either, so I just thought it's gone, nowhere to be seen. So that was fun while it lasted, me putting it in a spot and then them putting it in that fork and everything like that. Looks like that's gone. I don't know if they've, obviously I've got no idea what happened to it, but I don't know if they took it or if somebody saw it and put it in the bin or something like that. I don't know. But something new will happen sooner or later. But yeah, there is another thing that I want to show you that's new, but I'm not going down there now because I just don't want to get soaked, but we'll see what happens. Might be the end of the video, or I might continue it if it stops, but anyway, I'll see what happens. Yeah, on Tuesday when I was here, Tuesday night, I was parked exactly where I am now, and my headlights were shining up, brightening up the what would you call it, like the barrier there, and on the post, see where it stops and then starts again, where there's a missing bar, the one on the left, there was a feather sticking in the top of it. And I thought it was just a stick initially when my headlights were on it, because I saw something sticking out of it. I thought, what's that? So the first thing I did was when I got out of the car was walk over to it, and sure enough it was a feather. And yeah, so that was Tuesday, and then when I come back Thursday, there was heaps of people here because there was some cricket thing going on, and there was tons of blokes all in here drinking and everything like that. I found out they were drinking when they all left because that bin was just full of recyclables. There would have been like $10 worth of cans in that white basket there that you can recycle, because they're 10 cents each here. So yeah, it would have been like a good little score for anybody that goes around to bins and collects them and sells them. But anyway, so yeah, that so there was too many cars here, so I just walked down purposely. I was parked further up there, so I walked down purposely to see if the feather was still sticking in there, and it wasn't. And I thought, bloody hell, that'd be right, you know, it was probably someone that parked there that just walked through and then took it out or whatever, or it could have been a cockatoo. So I've walked back down there, started down that end, yeah, had a look for the Santa toy because it was Thursday and I checked 2 days before and had no luck at night, and it wasn't there. So I've walked down along the clearing here, tree line, and I went in there for a little while, had a look around, found something else. But as I'm going down there, see that power pole there? On the side, on the right hand side of it from where we are, so closest to the tree line, I don't know what made me look, but I was just walking past it, and maybe I looked because there was just noises and that going on up here, and I just glanced up. But anyway, as I've turned left, I saw a feather sticking in the side of that. There's like a strap that goes around the pole to hold something in or whatever, and it was stuck in there. And I thought, you cheeky buggers, like, was that the one that was sticking in the post 2 days before, or was it a totally different one? But either way, I saw both of them, and I think that one down there was really the test, but I saw it, and I'm pretty sure it's still there because it was there 2 nights ago. Yeah, that's when I was last here, Thursday. No, hang on. Tuesday, Thursday. I was here last night as well, Saturday. So it was here last night. But there is a feather on the ground next to it. Well, not right next to it, but so I don't know if it was the same one or not, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the one on the ground here was the one. It was sticking just in here, right in there. I'm not sure if it was that one. I'm gonna have to start taking notice of the sizes of them. I think it could have been that one, but it doesn't matter because they've put another one in another spot, which I found. That's just one of the things that goes on here. But it is starting to die down now, so I'm gonna go while I've got the time where it's not that bad, because it might start again. So I might as well finish everything up. Might as well just keep the video rolling. It could be something else. Oh, it's gonna be so mushy through here. Ugh. As long as my socks don't get wet, it's all good. But yeah, I mean, when I come here and things like that change, but I don't get to make a video, it's so hard to recap it all and make you guys understand what's going on. It's just too much of a head fuck, so I'll just give a little brief. That's why it's so good to get footage on back-to-back days, because if you're tuning in, you can actually tell exactly what's happened. But oh yeah, so now I've got to explain all this again because I didn't end up putting it in other videos. But not yesterday, the day before, so Friday, there was a bit of rain. Water levels come up and it swept away the that fern platform that was in there. But if you notice, which I'm only just seeing now, look at those rocks there that were never there. Remember a few videos ago how I pointed out that there was a single rock in the middle that looked like it wasn't there before? I just find it a bit coincidental that now there's 10 of them all stacked up there. But yeah, that one's been swept away. That one didn't though. But down here, I noticed this Thursday, because it was light when I was down here then. And because I spent a little bit of time along the trail here in the creek line because of because of all the people that were up there. I was going to come in here anyway, but yeah, straight away, look how blatant this is. So they've blocked off this little path. This is where you normally walk through, and where I did last time, to go through there and show you something. Where the cockatoo was nibbling on that tree, where I said it's going to break soon, that's just through there, and you could walk through here fine. But look what they've done. They've put this in here. And look at the ferns underneath it as well. But that's old, that's off here, all this. So that was just lying somewhere, and they've just put it in there like that. And same with this has been put underneath that. So they've made it a bit, look at it, it's just, you approach it and you're like, ugh, I don't want to go through there. Like, look how awkward it is. You can't walk through there, you can't step over that because of this. So you're forced to go around down here, but just the inconvenience of it, you know? Ugh. So yeah, that's the other end of it, but, and then it's blocked off that little bit too, but obviously it's easy to get through. But yeah, that's just, I don't know, I find it pretty funny. It doesn't affect me, I think they know that too, but all the ferns underneath it and everything. I'm not even sure if that was like that. See this one going across there? I don't know if that was like that. I'm gonna have to check in my other footage. It looks new. It doesn't, I don't know, my brain's looking at it like I haven't seen it before. I could be wrong though, because it's impossible to know to be able to tell everything. Look, there's a nice little hangout spot right there. Oh yeah, and then there's a good footprint in amongst the mud right around there, right next to that Jack Daniels can, which I think was put there by them. Some more plausible deniability. The rain ain't really stopping. It's started to pick back up again. I'm done anyway, because I don't need to go down to where the Santa toy was, because it's not there. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So I'm gonna, yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. It'll be there for a while until someone moves it. That's if someone moves it. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on at the moment, just little things in different spots, and if you can find them, then you can find them. And that there, see that bit of wood stuck in there like that? It's absolutely no way. It's in there firm too, I saw it the other day. There's absolutely no way that it can get in there like that naturally. Zero chance. Holy shit. I'm gonna get soaked. Oh yeah, have a look at this. Look at how the grass is all going that way like that. Found that interesting too. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the coming days. You know what, I forgot to go down to the next little bit along where the bottle caps were smashed into the log, to check if they put another one, to check if they put the one that was down there over there. So I'm gonna have to go back down now. I can't even see where the existing marks were because it's raining. I could the other day. It must be something to do with the rain and the colour of the wood changing. But I cannot see them anywhere. Like there was, you know, one and then two. So I'll just, I don't know, we'll just put it there. Yeah, that's odd. Like I've even gone on the angle like this where you can see much better. I've been looking for like a minute and I can't see nothing. They'll be there though, but they're just completely camouflaged now. So, see what happens with that. And I nearly forgot, but I'll show you where the feather was, or is. This bloody rain's putting me off. And have a look at that, there's a freaking puddle right next to it. Sucks. Oh. So I was walking through here and I've just looked to the left and seen it right there like that. I reckon that one will be there for a while. Unless they take it out, but yeah, I don't know. You know how there was one down there on the tree next to the creek, and yeah, they've put them in just different spots over the years, but since I've been making videos, there's been one down there. The other day up there in the post, and then I saw this one on Thursday. But that's it for the video now, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching and commenting and being supportive and all that. Thanks to everybody that shared my videos. I really appreciate it. Even if it doesn't look like I do when I write my message, like when I comment on your post that you shared, I might just seem pretty nonchalant, but I do care. I just, in general, I'm not really a suck up on the internet or just in general, so I'm not like, oh my God, thank you so much, like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not like that. I'll just humbly say thanks, but I appreciate it so much more than what you'd expect, and probably what other people would appreciate it too. Probably more than them, because I'm so passionate about this, and it's just good having a little community. I don't care about having hundreds of people or thousands of views and subscribers at all. Like I said, I'd probably prefer it to be lower than that. Like, you know, maybe a couple hundred views would be like, that's enough. Like, I don't want to have to deal with like trolls and keeping up with tons of comments and people telling me what's right and wrong, and just all, you know, just all the bullshit that comes with traffic and a lot of people. And then you got the monetization aspect of it too, and I don't want to put ads on my videos, but if I don't, YouTube are going to put them on there anyway and take the revenue, because that's what happens. So it's just, yeah, it's crap. And that's a whole nother topic. YouTube just being the scum of the earth like they are. Oh yeah, by the way, YouTube, I'm over 16. See that car over there? I drove that car here. Yes, I drive. And in Australia, you have to be over 18 to drive by yourself on the road. So you guys should take that into account when you wipe my account on the 10th.